They used these statements of Abu Talib to say that he was a Muslim. And when he praised Islam, when he said the Prophet ﷺ's deen is the deen of haqq, and the best deen, that is true. But they miss, or they purposely leave out the last lines of what he said. What he said, that if it wasn't for the worry about reproach and criticism and insults, then I would have accepted it. But he didn't. And this is something that's a big lesson for us today. We see a lot of people that know the haqq to be haqq, but they are afraid of accepting the truth because they know that accepting the truth will bring criticism. Sometimes people see something to be bid'ah, they see something to be an innovation, and they know it's an innovation, but they know that if they come out and say this is an innovation, they'll lose followers, they'll lose people coming to their masjid, they will lose funding, they will lose views, they'll lose subscribers, they will have people label them Wahhabis or fundamentalists or whatever. So because of that, they're afraid to speak the truth. And know that just knowing something is not enough. Many kuffar, they know Islam to be the haqq. Fir'aun, he knew Allah was the truth. He knew Islam was haqq. He told Musa alayhi salam, make dua to your Rabb to stop these calamities. But he didn't accept it. And that is important for us. Not just to know the truth, but to accept the truth. And to act to the best of our ability in accordance with the truth. Today, we have this culture of cowardly attitudes. Yeah? So people, I was just invited to a conference, not the one I'm just going to, another one. And they said these are subjects and nobody is willing to tackle them. Because nobody wants to talk about LGBT, and nobody wants to talk about trans issues, nobody wants to talk about abortion, nobody wants to talk about standing up against these things, because all those Muslim speakers invited are afraid to tackle it. And this is a conference within the US, don't start taking it somewhere else, right? And I told them, look, I will speak about all of them. Why? Because if we know the haqq, we cannot be afraid of it. And when you speak the haqq, you will always have people criticizing you. You will never be 100% liked. The Prophet ﷺ was continuously criticized. The Sahaba were criticized. We think today as if Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthmān and Ali radiallahu anhum, their khilafah was such that the Romans were praising them, and the Persians were praising them, and the munafiqeen were praising them. No! They were constantly being criticized. Why? Because when you speak the truth and somebody is on batil, then they hate it. But don't be like Abu Talib, where you know the truth, but you're afraid to speak it, or you're afraid to accept it, because you're afraid you'll be labeled something. You'll be off the manhaj. Somebody's gonna say you're this, or you're that, or you go here, why did you say that? No. When you see from the Quran and the Sunnah, and you see where your iman increases, with what you say and your heart feels this is the truth, stick with it.